Okay. Hello, everyone out there. My name's Ryan. Um, I am one of the founders slash creators of the Illusion Horror Con. Me, along with David and Crystal, you've probably seen them so far. They've put out streams for KULT, Call of Cthulhu, and other kind of systems. And you can find them on our YouTube channel. We recently made a Twitch TV channel too. We're currently streaming to those two platforms. I don't have that information right now, but you can find it on our Discord server. So everyone who's kind of watching, you've already found us. But for people who join or see this video kind of at a later date, um, we'll post some stuff at the end where you can kind of find us. But our main goal is just to have streams or actual plays for various horror systems. And this one tonight is for KULT, Divinity Lost, and it's called Downfall. It's from the Screams and Whispers book release from Helmgast. And about the stream tonight, we're using a streaming software. It's streaming to 2 or 3 different channels. If anything comes up, just if you can't hear one of us or someone's too loud or too low, feel free to send messages through the YouTube or Twitch TV interface because they get sent right back to us and I see them kind of pop up on my screen. We have 3 players with us tonight, and I will be bringing them in here in about 2 to 3 minutes. And they'll tell you about themselves and before we get going. And I'm just here. I'm not trying to do this professionally. I'm just here to have a good time with friends, run a game, and hopefully you folks who are watching can enjoy this kind of on a later date. I always look at this screen, but my camera's right there, so I'll be doing that a lot. Just laid back, just here to have a good time and tell a story. And this particular stream is it deals with some touchy subjects. This particular story deals it's a total horror story, but it involves the subject of love and passion. So I'm just going to bring up the content warnings for this one. Like I said, it deals with some very touchy subjects, but we will do our best to treat them with as much. We will treat them, not dwell on them or use them as actions. Just it's more of the history and ramifications of these kind of previous issues of the pre-generated characters. So this one deals with the subjects of passions, which contain sensitive subjects, history of abuse and its ramifications, body horror, sexual situations, some graphical sexual descriptions, body horror, drugs, and vulgar language. If any of that bothers you, please tune off and try and find another actual play. Like I said, we will treat this with we're not dwelling on any of these topics. It's the history of the PCs, and we're going to see what they do because these situations happened in the past. So that is content warnings. We'll show this one more time, probably run about 3 hours tonight, and we'll take a break halfway through, and we'll be back in 2 weeks to finish it up on April 25th. So I will bring the PCs in here in 1 second, and we'll meet our players. Our first player is Tanya. Tanya, tell everyone some stuff about you and where they can find you.
Yes, hello everyone. So my name is Tanya. I am going to be playing Noelle Bloom. And I am currently doing a season of Chill over at Hollow Haven Studio that's on Twitch. And I also GM, I'm starting my first campaign GMing for my new podcast, Aging Journey Podcast. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Cool. Nice to meet you. And you can find Tanya's at Hollowed Haven Studios down there. Just a link. I'll show it again later on in the stream. Next is Sarajit on Discord. Sorry about that. Learning the stream.
Yep.
Who are you, and where can people find you? And who are you playing?
Well, hello everyone. My name is Ilya, and today I'm playing Joseph Paulson. I'm the professor of creative writing. And well, besides today game, we are running some actual plays, some streams with horror RPGs, but it's for Russian-speaking community. You can see a link below. So our channel called Ролевошная. I know that it's hard pronunciation for English speaking, but it really makes sense in Russian, trust me. So glad to see you all.
And glad to have you here as well. And our last player tonight is Diesel. Diesel, who are you? Where can people find you? And just tell us a little bit about yourself and who you're playing.
What's everybody? It's Al, or aka your boy Diesel. You can just find me on my Twitter. I'm a different sort of creator than everybody else. I mostly write stuff, right? And so if you go on my Twitter, you can find stuff I've written. I've written stuff for Call of Cthulhu, Mothership, Vaesen, things like that. And then I've got my link to my Discord server there, which is where I usually playtest stuff, in case you are interested in hanging around in playtesting and just saying hi. But that's about it.
Cool. Nice to just learning this new interface. We'll get it out here. All right. Awesome. It's nice to have you all here. And I'm just doing a couple more quality checks on the different platforms to see if they're looking okay. YouTube looks great. And I'm just checking. And we're looking great on Twitch too. Awesome. Okay, great. Okay, and for this particular game, it's mostly theater of the mind. There'll be some visuals along the way. I'll be able to share them through this screen, through this streaming platform, so everyone will be able to check them out. Safety tools engaged. We have a private chat, so if anything comes up, everyone either throw a X or mention something if I am not catching it, and just throw it through, and we'll just stop the current scene and go on to the next without dwelling on any topics. Like I said, we're being safe as possible to have a fun time. Other than that, I've already shared the content warnings with everybody, so we're good there. We'll take a break about halfway through. We'll probably aim to run 2.5, 3 hours tonight, and come back in 2 weeks to finish it off. Okay.
Ryan, can we swear? I can't remember if we can swear.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. No. This is a mature stream, 18 plus on YouTube channel, and it's age restricted and on Twitch as well. So I
figured it was okay. I just didn't want to, offend the lovely people out there.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Like I said, it's KULT, so
it's fucking KULT, baby.
Fucking KULT. There you go. All right, perfect. All right, so let's get started with Downfall. All of you. This is the year, it's based around the year 1999. It's the summer semester at a university based in New York City. Most of you know this particular central character in this story. His name is Noah Bloom. And he is an creative writing student at this university in New York City. He has a sister, twin sister. He even has a girlfriend, and a particular university creative writing professor who has found a special ability in Noah to create beautiful pieces of literature. They may be messy, they may be short ideas come up, but the foundation of a great writer is there, and Joseph Polson, is there to kind of guide him along that journey. But other people exist in his life too, and we meet. One thing about Noah is that something has happened to him recently. He's unfortunately gone missing from the world. About a month ago, Noelle, his twin sister, stopped receiving correspondence, whether through mail or phone calls. Noah completely kind of dropped off the face of the earth probably about a month ago. They tried calling, tried getting into, she just tried to get into contact, but couldn't. Dr. Polson, you haven't in the last month as well. Noah's kind of appearances in class have been very non-existent. He did pass in the last writing assignment of the summer term, probably about 2 weeks ago. That was the last time you've seen him. You wouldn't have seen him. He passed it into your TA before he didn't show up for the last 2 weeks of class, which is odd for Noah because he was always, your best student and he never missed class. But a little strange. And Gemma, you were his girlfriend for a bit. That's kind of a question mark right now, but same kind of thing. You've probably last seen him 2 weeks ago, thankfully. But he's gone. He might have something of yours. Might have something. So you still want to. You still need to find him because just. You might have some of your stuff, or you just might want to talk to him. And Noelle has kind of reached out to these two individuals to kind of meet up at the Quad Center at the university. It's kind of like the central area where coffee shop might have access to the library and things like that. And you've when did you guys meet, or when did you guys plan to meet? In the morning, afternoon, evening, kind of thing?
Well, Noelle, you would have been coming into the city, so
yeah, and whenever the professor's available.
Well, I think I can find the time whatever you want to, because in the middle of different classes, it's not a problem usually. So it's just up to you.
Maybe mid-morning. 10.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Correct. And we'll say it's Wednesday. Enough time to pack up, make some plans. Noelle, but you're able to kind of make your way and meet everybody Wednesday here at the university. You all meet up. Noelle, you're sitting at this table. There's a few people in here, grabbing coffee. Music of the time is kind of playing on the sound system. Might be Blink 182 song come up. There we go. That's all right. The first one to kind of show up is you weren't expecting it, but it's the looks to be, the teacher, Dr. Joseph Polson. So it must be Noah's supposed girlfriend. You see her kind of walk in. But first, before we get to Gemma, Noelle, who are you? What do you look like? And how are you feeling on this day? Your brother's been missing for about a few weeks now. Who are you, and yeah, how are you feeling?
So Noelle is sitting at a little tiny table in the cafe, probably in the back, even though she can see the front door for everyone to come in. She is, I'm not sure what season it is, but she's wearing like an oversized hoodie, like large enough to where it would go all the way down to her ankle, not her ankles, but her knees. And she's probably wearing shorts. And she has also combat boots. So she's kind of giving like a slight emo, she's, coming into a certain era of her life. She has like a messy bun, and she is kind of picking at her fingernails quite nervously while she just waits for everyone to arrive.
Nice. And you've been here for a good half an hour probably. You've ordered a cappuccino or coffee or tea, whatever you drink, and you see Gemma. Are you with us?
I think so. I'm sorry, my missing.
No, that's okay. You see this girl walk in. Who's Gemma? What does she look like?
My back.
Yep, you're back.
Okay, good. So yeah, Gemma is she's wearing some real casual clothes, nothing like too fancy or anything like that. She's got like girl next door, good looks, some sort of light brown hair. She's got these real lively eyes, and sort of a petite figure. And when she sees Noelle, she looks so much like her twin brother that she kind of gets excited and is like, are you Noelle?
Are you coming over to me to the
Yes.
table?
Yes, absolutely.
As soon as you kind of arrive, you notice that there's 2 coffees. And then she didn't know what you wanted, but she got you one anyway. And so she's going to get up very quickly. Like, yes, Gemma?
Yes. Gemma's
And she's
go
going to
yeah,
hug
go
you.
Yeah.
Like an awkward hug. Not sure if you want it.
The Gemma's going full in.
Okay.
It's so good to meet you. He knows
Lovely to
told me
meet
so
you
much
too.
about you. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. I wish it wasn't under these circumstances, but so good to meet you.
Mm-hmm. Please take a seat. I got you a coffee or a tea
That
or
is
a biscuit. What do you want?
so thoughtful. This coffee is great. This
Okay,
coffee is
great. Okay.
Yeah. Ugh.
So, how has everything been? You kind of see that now she's a bit awkward because she doesn't really, you can tell she doesn't really know how to hold a conversation.
Mhm.
And she kind of just wants to ask right away what's going on with Noah, but she's trying to ease into it.
So I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, how I don't know what it is with him, but I haven't seen him in a couple weeks. They took the stuff out of his dorm room. I couldn't get to any of the stuff because it's only like a family member could do it. So maybe if we started, talking to the dorm staff, that would help us. I don't know.
Well, what about the professor? Wasn't he the last one to see him?
Oh, I don't know the professor.
Oh, you two don't have classes together?
Well, not all of them. No. What's the professor's name?
Polly, I think.
Well,
Paulette?
maybe he could help too. Both of you are going to do a better job of finding out what was in the dorm room than I will.
Yeah, and at this point, Noelle, you're kind of looking at this girl up and down, and she you might not want to admit it, but she is a beautiful specimen, and you're just you just kind of like look at her, and something might brew up inside. Can you please roll your disadvantage, please? Your second one. How'd you do, Noel?
Oh, am I rolling too?
Oh yeah, yep. This one's just for you.
Oh, I had a 2.
Okay. You look at her, and she is just beautiful. Gemma, you look at her, and you just see her kind of get just beat red in the face. This kind of rage comes over you, Noelle. Just like, Noah, like Noah has a girlfriend. Why? What the fuck? Roll a keep it together, please, to try to keep your jealousy intact.
Oh, jeez. I don't have any pluses. Okay.
Yeah, this one is just a straight roll.
8.
Okay. Yeah, no. So when you roll an 8, it says you were consumed. You were consumed by this, and you just met her. Besides not just find out her name, it's like you don't even want to. We'll say at this point, you don't even want to talk to her. You don't even you just be like, you just kind of like, yeah, it's nice, Gemma. Yeah, yeah, kind of thing. And Gemma, you're kind of getting like this kind of, from what you see, just this kind of like red face, kind of like turning away and kind of ignoring you a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, not really getting nothing back. Maybe it's just, you don't know. You really can't tell what it is.
Very normal. We're having a normal one over here.
Yeah, you get these. Do you get these reactions a lot from other girls?
Usually not from the sisters and my boyfriends.
Yeah. But at this point, he's a little late. Probably about 10 minutes. Maybe he had like a student meeting or a faculty meeting. But eventually, you see an older gentleman walk in. Must be the guy. Who are you, Dr. Joseph Polson?
Well, you see, when Joseph entered the cafe, you see. Well, he's much older than you, that's for sure. But he's quite young for a professor, so it kind of mid-aged, good-looking guy in the casual suit. But you definitely see that it's a teacher, it's a professor, because the way he enters the cafe, it's just similar as he enters the classroom, like professor in the room. And when I enter the cafe, I'm looking for Noelle. I never met her, never heard of her even before. And when I see you, you can see that it's blink of of hope or something like that in my eyes, because your looks like just like a Noah. And well, I go to your table and well, hello, good morning, everyone. And you must be Noah's sister, right?
Noelle, nice to meet you.
Noel, nice to meet you. My name is Joseph. And you are?
Gemma, I'm Noah's girlfriend. Good to meet you, Professor.
Oh, girlfriend. Okay. Nice to meet you. So, Noel, you gathered up every one of us here. So maybe there are some news about Noah. I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks already, and it's quite unusual for him.
Yeah. So Gemma was just saying that she hasn't seen him either. We were in contact pretty regularly, so it's kind of uncommon for him not to, you know, let me know what's going on. So I'm very worried, especially if you don't know where he is. And she looks at Gemma. You don't know where he is. Who would?
He made that new friend. Um,
A new friend?
yeah, this classmate. I was worried about. I was a little worried about him, like a little. Well, I thought it was good that he was branching out, and that's someone more than me to hang out with. But I got kind of worried about he might be a bad influence on him.
I don't. And you guys see that she goes into a bag that she's holding and pulls out a stack of worn letters, and she sort of just starts rifling through them. I don't think I have. He hasn't told me about new friend. I just have the professor. And when did this happen?
I don't know. I guess during the second semester.
Second semester.
Well, what can I say? To be honest, I haven't seen Noah around any groups of students. I mean, he was concentrated on his work, on his studies, but not on some parties or whatever. I mean, I never seen him like surrounded by friends, to be honest. So
No. He liked to keep to himself.
yeah, that's true. I definitely agree with you because nice to meet you, Gemma, one more time. It's the first time I ever heard that Noah has have a girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we are not talking about personal stuff during the class, but it's quite a surprise for me.
Yeah, and it is a surprise because Professor, like you've seen him around the grounds of the university. When his studies kind of took hold, he was, I don't want to say much of a loner, but he did kind of hone in from like kind of branching out partying to like, okay, you saw him in a crowd of people, and you were that kind of from your interactions with Noah that you were a that spark that kind of created his kind of started his started the creative juices kind of just flowing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you've and like before, you knew that he had, he wasn't a total loner. He did hang around with this girl that you see now, completely beautiful. Now you know her name. You never knew her name before, but yeah, it looks like he did have some interactions, which is nice and healthy. And actually, just before you actually got to just before you get to this, your kind of TA ran up to you, and he had kind of handed you Noah's last work that was handed in 2 weeks ago. Was it was dirty. It had like might have had like a frozen dinner kind of spilled on it. So it wasn't readable. So you're a professor, you have all kinds of stuff to do. So you gave it to your TA and said to have it back as soon as you can. It took him a while because he had other kind of courses and things to take. But that was your meeting before you kind of had to rush here. So you do have that. And at this point, it is a little hot outside, but the air conditioning here was pretty good. But you folks have been sitting here for a little bit. You kind of hear that kind of clink, clink, clink sound of the air conditioning system just kind of break in the background. And as you folks are kind of talking, I know, Noel, you've said you came in some pretty heavy clothes. It's just all of you are just like, you start sweating. It gets just really hot, and you know that kind of smell you kind of get in the air when like the air exchange system's not on, and it kind of the air becomes stale. Yeah, it's just kind of you're getting that all around, and it's getting very uncomfortable around in this particular cafe. They haven't put the university hasn't had much money to put into this particular building. You know, they've built on other parts, made things brand new, but they've kind of left this building in the dust like they kind of usually do, because cafe doesn't bring in that much money. But anyway, what do you do?
So it's gross here. Noel, you gotta put your stuff away. You just got into town. Let's take your bag up to my room.
Oh, okay.
Professor,
Do you want to say that again, Al? You had cut out.
sorry. Yeah. So, Professor, you can come along.
Okay, sure. I have some time, so why not?
Okay, so you want to head to your dorm room there, Gemma?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And as you leave here, like you said, this room is getting kind of gross. You go outside. You know, the stale air is gone, but outside it's gotten at least a few more degrees hotter as you kind of work your way through the university. You have to go outside in some points as you kind of walk across campus, but the heat, it's abnormally warm today. You know, the cold reprieve of the university coffee shop might have been nice, but it didn't end up being that. But yeah, you make your way to your dorm room. Your roommate, these are kind of like double spaced rooms kind of thing, but you don't have a roommate because it is summer term, so most of these places kind of empty out. So you have what's in your dorm room? How does kind of Gemma kind of decorate it and kind of set some stuff up?
It's pretty, bare bones. We got a nice desk. She's got this nice bed. You know, it's very all done up, and she's got a rug and everything. Simple, but you know, cute. It's cute.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, it just. Oh, sorry.
When we entered your room, and I noticed that you have a desk. And Gemma, don't you mind if I use your desk? I have something to read while we're waiting.
Oh well, sure. I just thought it would be a better place to talk. But yeah, sure. Just have a seat.
Oh, just take your time. I won't be disturbing you. And I'm just sitting at your desk like it's my own. Maybe make some space. And I wanna take those Noah's assignment, Noah's work, and start just looking through the transcription.
Sure. I sent you that handout on in private message, message on Discord. So if you'd like
Okay.
to,
Yeah, I will take my time to read it, and I will just tell you that, it's Noah's work actually. He a couple of weeks ago he gave me this handwriting, but it was really messy, and I asked my TA to transcript it. So if you don't mind, I will take a few minutes and just check it out. Maybe there will be something that will reveal the mystery of Noah's.
You know what would be a great idea is
disappearance.
Noel. If while he was doing that, we just went down real quick and see if they would release his stuff to you.
Okay, sounds good. While I'm in your room, I'm gonna just take a 360 look around, see if I can find anything of Noah's in your room.
sure. roll a straight perception, please.
One, two, two, three, 5.
5,
No.
yeah.
Wait, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I have 3 in perception. 7.
7, yeah, no. You take a quick glance around. Might lift up a mattress or open up a drawer, just look underneath the professor's feet. You don't see anything special, or you don't find anything don't find anything. But you do. You Like, it is the summertime, so when you and once you're done kind of looking, Noelle and Gemma, you walk out into the hallways. Maybe it's just like the change in time of, it's not fall, it's not the main semesters of fall semester or winter semester, but you start walking down these hallways, and it's that smell of just like cleaner kind of like hits your nose. It's strong to the point where you kind of have to just breathe through your mouth because it's just burning your nostrils, and it must be just that stifling heat that's outside. You see some other students kind of they don't have smiles or anything on their faces. They're just kind of like shuffling down the hallway, not even they kind of don't even look up. Some of them are holding their books as they're walking, some of them are carrying their backpacks, and they just have kind of perplexed look on their faces. Gemma, you walk by one particular notice board, and you notice that they're usually kind of cleared off this time of year, but you're looking around, there's like a 2 or 3, one for missing girls, university students around campus, that kind of catch your eye. We don't know why, but they just do. Yeah, you know where the lost and found is. It's down on the bottom floor, and easy to kind of get to. There's usually always someone there at particular points, but yeah, you get there. There's a older man, just sitting on a chair. Looks like he's reading a book, kind of thing, but he doesn't look up.
So we're here for Noah Bloom's things.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm Gemma. I've asked for Noah Bloom's things several times. You said you couldn't release them to me because I'm just his girlfriend. Here's his sister, Noelle Bloom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I remember you. Yeah, and I told you. Yeah, no, the family. It has to be family.
That's why I brought his sister.
Oh, okay. And he kind of gets up and he puts on his glasses, and this older man, he's kind of wearing like a green button-up shirt, but it's buttoned down like 3 buttons, and his front of his shirt and underarms are just completely soaked. It's because it's just so goddamn hot in this place. And he's like, sister, I need some. He snaps his finger. Identification. Um,
Sure.
Please, before I release anything.
Yeah. She goes into her bag and pulls out an ID card, hands it to him.
Okay. He looks at it and he's like, Noella? Noelle. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that name pronunciation. I need to go to I need to get a new eye prescription. These glasses, and they're like, already like his glasses. They're already like this thick, and it's just
Like Christmas.
Exact, like Christmas. That's right. That's such a beautiful season. Well, not in these hot times. Bloody air conditioners broke here too. Anyway, yeah, and just give me a sec. And you see him get up, and he's sitting on one of those leather seats. You just hear that as he kind of just steps up, and he walks in the back, and you hear him kind of shuffling around.
I'm gonna look over to Gemma while he's doing that. Why are Noah's things here?
He stopped paying for his dorm room.
Oh, So they put it here to be picked up?
Yeah.
GM, was I informed? Was there like a letter that
No,
do I know who the like emergency contact is for him? Like on his paperwork?
you.
Hmm.
Which is strange because if there was a problem, they would try to call, right?
Yeah.
A little strange.
Gemma, do you have access to his dorm room?
No.
Do you know where it
Mm,
is?
Yeah, I mean, Noel. I've been in his dorm room before. His girlfriend.
Think about Christmas. You hear from the back.
She looks viscerally upset.
Nice. And it takes him about a good 5 minutes. You see boxes being pushed, scuffed around on the floor, and he eventually comes back around, and he's just holding a just a normal kind of moving box with various things kind of popping out, and he puts it down on the desk, and here are your brother's thing, Noel.
She's gonna grab the box and scoot it toward. It's a fairly large box. Would I be able to pick it up?
Yeah, you'd be able to pick it up. It's like this.
What did you say your name was again, sir?
Oh, Henry.
Henry. Um, is this everything that was in his room? Is there anything else in his room? Do you need me to clean it out or something?
Yeah, no. Everything there. It's in that box there. And he just takes a list, and uh, there's a briefcase, clothes, some creative writing books, and he hauls out like a almost looks like an itemized list, but it's like only has like two things and a bunch of other numbers, and it's all full of sweat and stuff. And he's just like, I didn't really keep notes. I apologize, but I swear
That's
everything's in the
totally
box.
fine, Henry. Thank you. Okay. I don't see. Do I see like sheets, like bed sheets, like things that would be normal if it showed he was living in a dorm?
Yeah, well, yeah. There's it's like it's not nicely kind of placed. You see, there's clothes, various textbooks. There's you move the clothes over a little bit, and you see that there's this briefcase that has like a combination lock on it. Um, he never had anything like that before. That's the only thing that's odd out of this whole. Like you recognize his shirts, his pants, and uh, you. There's a few notebooks in there from different classes. You kind of look. You might go through one of them. It's his handwriting and things like that, and just everything in this one big old box.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Henry. And she's gonna just pick up the box and walk back to Gemma's room.
Have a good day, Christmas. We'll see. I hope he owes just one. I forgot he owes he's late. I wouldn't have taken the stuff out of his room, but he was late on his payments, right? If he returns to school, and pays up, he can have his room back.
How much is he late?
Just 1 month. Or wait, no, a few months. He a few months late. He stopped paying, and he looks at the date, and it's like 8 to 9 weeks ago. We have we have to have rules in place, or these students will just try to take everything, right? So 1 month they give a notice, but if it's 2 months, kind of like 3 strikes are out. But if they pay back up, there's no problem letting them back in. Got to set rules and not be too harsh.
Okay. You said you gave him notice. Do you have a copy of that notice?
Oh yeah. Just I gotta go. I just gotta go get the original. Can't give you the original, but I can have it sent to the library for photocopy. The
Okay.
photocopier I have here is it's busted. That new building east of campus is getting all the money, so if you put in repair notices, they never works. But I couple. Just give me a couple hours, and I'll be able to provide that that documentation. It's fuck. It's hot in here. It's no problem.
What's the new building east of campus?
Oh, they're bringing this used to be a literature classic arts university, but the arts nowadays really don't bring in the money, so it's a new engineering building. Although with all the fancy tech and gadgets and these big old cell phones and things, I don't care about that stuff. The days of writing a letter and sending it in the mail, that's what I do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, good to see you, Henry.
Good to see you too, Gemma.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Henry.
Nice to meet you too, and I hope you find your brother.
Me too.
He's probably just out partying.
Are we gonna go back to your room, Gemma?
Yeah, I was planning on. Then we can look through these things, and maybe there'll be some clue to where he is.
Can we take the route that goes past his room?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do that.
Okay. While you're doing that, the pretty dresses, your big boots, Noel. It's over campus. It's like the air conditioning is broke everywhere. Anyway, it's hot, it's sweaty, but you do have extra clothes that you brought with you in case you need to change. But we'll pan the camera over here to the doctor here for a sec. What are your thoughts after reading this? Or did you... Actually, I should ask first. Did you read it?
Yes, yes, I did. And well, couple of questions. First question to you as a GM. So, while I was reading this letter or this assignment, is it trigger something in me?
Yeah, it does. And I will get you to roll your repressed memories disadvantage, please.
It's 12.
12. Okay. You have these, as you kind of read this, you're sitting in this dorm room. The two girls left. The door is shut. But Noah is your student, and this was supposed to be his end of term project. You're expecting a lot, and what he wrote delivered in your eyes. And you started to read this, and the descriptions of it, just it's like his previous works have just been leading up to this, and you start your heart starts beating faster. You're starting to think of your mind just goes to this thing that's described in this letter, and you are, for lack of better words, you're just turned on by this thing. It arouses you, and you think you've seen, you don't know, but this thing that you're reading about in the letter, just trying to be a bit, you guys aren't here, so try to keep it as vague as possible. But yeah, no, and you see this person, and whatever Noah has described in this work, you've rolled a 12, and you remember this person that he's describing. You've seen her before. maybe in this memory that you had, it's like 6 months ago. It was at one of those student parties that they usually throw. Just off campus, one of the dorms or a fraternity was throwing a particular at this juncture what you think was a rave, but you really can't remember, and you just remember just you know just enjoying yourself very much. But you think you might have danced with her. You might have like even you don't. It's kind of hard to put, but you think this person, and you remember you can't remember why you don't remember this particular party is that you were aroused there and you were aroused now, and it's just you just wanted like just yeah, you're in this room and you're just by yourself, and you just everything is just it almost brings you to this perfect moment of euphoria. And then I'll get you to roll a soul, please, and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because everything around you just heats up, and you're just feeling so good.
It's 11.
11. Okay, you remember a little bit more. You remember that you did dance with this beautiful woman. She was just so beautiful. The smell of her scent, the perfume, just the sweat. It was just everything was just clicking on this night. And yes, there's students around you, and yes, they're dancing too, and everyone is just getting lost in the moment. But then when you look, some of them, who the fuck are they dancing with? Some like elongated, like some are hunched over with, like really almost look like, uh, you don't want to say like a cracked spines, but people have different, like they're not students, and they're not students, or just some fucked up people with elongated arms, and they're just looks like some of them are biting other people's necks, and just some are in pain, but this pain also sounds like it also feels good at the same time. But at this point, you remember you just didn't care, because just the smell of this person just brought you to another place, and you just didn't give a fuck. And you stop reading the paper, and you're there. What do you do?
Well,
This is Noah's, like Noah's able to bring you into this moment and make you remember something that it was there before, but you're never able to kind of bring it back to the forefront of your memory. How are you feeling?
Well, it's not the first and not even the second time when Noah's writing just raised something in my head, some kind of pretty repressed memories. I mean, I haven't thought about that party or that person. I didn't remember it at all until I read it, and now I'm really confused and a bit stunned over there alone in that room. And one thing that just stuck in my mind. Okay, since now I remember this person, this woman.
But before you go on,
Okay.
it just come. It wasn't you. It wasn't. You were there. Everything seems so vivid. You remember everything, but it wasn't you. You were across the room and you were looking. It was Noah. Noah was being seduced by this beautiful, beautiful woman, and you were there, but you were Noah, and you just it's just so fragmented.
Okay, now I'm double stunned. And one thing. Okay, Noel and Gemma, are they coming back to room?
They will in probably about after, because they said they wanted to go to Noah's dorm room, so they'll probably be back in probably like 10-15 minutes.
Okay. So till then, I'm just sitting there in the room and just trying to understand what the hell is going on in my mind. I mean, is it my memories, is my dreams, or is it some fantasy, or what is it? What raised up?
Yeah, and take a -1 stability on that, please, from that roll after reading that text. And we'll zoom back over to the two girls. And where did you say you were heading again?
To Noah's room.
Noah's room? Okay.
Mhm.
From your, we'll just go back here a little bit, Noel. You remember that he talked about having a roommate. His roommate was just like any other roommate, normal. Wasn't a partier. He lived in the books, just like Noah did, and really never had nothing bad to say. Never had nothing bad to say about him. His name was Lee, Leigh. Never ever got a last name, but that was his roommate. Might still be, hard to say.
Okay. As we approach, then, I want to just kind of observe the door, see if I think anyone's home. There's a light on, or if I can hear anything, kind of like nonchalantly.
Yeah, you hear there's like a TV program.
Hmm.
You hear some muffled sounds coming from beneath the door.
I'm gonna look at Gemma. Have you met the roommate then? Since you've been
Yeah, Lee.
Lee?
Lee, yeah.
How are they?
He's nice.
Okay. She's gonna knock on the door.
Yeah, 1 second. I already paid rent.
Lee, it's Gemma.
Oh, sorry. You hear him coming toward the door, and he opens it up. Oh, sorry. I thought it was Henry. I don't get paid. I don't get paid till Friday. Yeah. He's hi. How you doing, Gemma? And he looks over at you, Noel, and be like, kind of catch him back a little bit. He's like,
Noah's sister.
holy shit! You look just like him.
That is what twins do, yeah.
Yeah, but I've never heard like a boy and a girl looking so much alike. Like usually it's like little mind blow.
You've not seen pictures of me, or he's not told you that?
Oh, no. Fuck it. Come in. Come sit down. It just fucking stinks in the hallway. They were cleaning with this new industrial. I don't know what the hell they bought, but it's stinking up the hallways, stinking up the rooms.
Okay.
Come in and close the door. Oh, and he looks. He's like, you're carrying the box. He's like, oh, do you want me to take the box? Want me to take the box for you? It looks kind of heavy. You can just put it on there on Noah's bed. Well, used to be Noah's bed.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, shit. What's going on, Jem? I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh well, since I kind of came over here for Noah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he is,
But he owes rent.
Huh?
He owes rent. I can't pay for this thing myself.
Well, I mean, he is missing.
Oh, missing. He's just out partying somewhere. He's been doing this. He's been doing this a lot lately. I just moved in like a few months ago. He's been doing this like crazy lately.
She's gonna look at Gemma for confirmation.
Gemma's gonna like shrug her shoulders.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, you didn't know your brother was a party animal?
No, I don't think I would have used that term to describe him.
No. Well, I don't know him that well. I've only been here a few months, but honestly, like, it was cool to begin with, but I just, uh, you know, a few weekends, but it just didn't feel right after a while. It just that's all he ever wanted to do, and just started getting weird about shit.
Weird.
Yeah, no, he uh, uh, well, Gemma, you haven't seen him you haven't seen him for a last bit, but he came in like, fuck, I think it was just about a week ago, maybe week and a few days, but he wasn't looking too good. I thought he would have surfaced up at some hospital or something. He was like, he was picking at scabs on his arms, and he couldn't hold food down anymore, and he was just acting so weird.
Okay. So he was horribly ill, it sounds like.
I don't know. Maybe he was doing. I think he was doing drugs too. I
Lee, was it? This is a lot. This is a lot to digest.
you didn't know your brother did this shit? I thought twins had like kind of like a connection or something.
It's not a thing. Aren't you in college?
And with like, you're kind of getting heated up, and just like you're getting so frustrated, and you just like the world just kind of like, you get into the point of like just getting so worked up that you're like your whole world starts spinning. Give me a keep it together, please.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14.
Okay. You're able to
That was just straight, right?
plus willpower.
Yeah, 15.
15? Okay. Yeah, no, you're able to, yeah. Perfect. I think that's one of your first success rolls, so that's great. All right, you're how how do you react to this? You're able to, like, just from finding out that your brother's been doing drugs, seem to be a party animal, and just all this, like all this information this guy's giving you. How is Noelle feeling?
I think she's just going to go in deep denial. And obviously, this Lee person who she's just met does not know her brother and is sorely mistaken. So he was extremely sick, and now he's missing. And so now she's even more worried about what's happening. Where were these parties? Where did he go? Who did he talk to?
Oh, I stayed away from I. I stayed away from. I don't want to talk about that shit.
So nobody came by.
No, he was by himself, Gemma. He's by like you haven't really seen him in the last little bit, but he got fucked up, and you notice, like, when he said fucked up a little bit, you see a look in his face, and it kind of goes sideways and kind of starts talking about something else. Honestly, it got to the point where I was glad he was just glad he was gone. Honestly, no offense against your brother. He's not an outstanding citizen or something like that, but yeah, I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad he's gone.
Well, it is very clear that you didn't know him very well, and something is happening with him. So,
To him? Oh, yeah, to him.
what does that mean?
Means nothing.
It's an awful thing to say, Lee, and you're being a real jerk right now. And you're going to regret it if something would have happened to him.
Something to him? What about something to me?
But what happened? What happened
Nothing.
to you?
Nothing happened. No, sorry, nothing happened to me. Nothing.
Can't pay your rent?
No,
I think you'll survive the trauma.
it wasn't fucking rent.
What was it?
Take the box and get out. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Get the fuck out.
They're gonna leave.
You can read if anyone wants to read a person. You can.
Yeah, I'd love to read it.
Okay, roll plus intuition, please.
$15.
Okay. You can ask 2 questions.
All right. Let me look at my questions. Are you lying? And how could I get you to tell me what happened to you?
You feel like the point of being provocative and just taking a mean stance is what's kind of making this guy withdraw. He's not lying, but something did happen to him, and it was because of Noah. You get that feeling. You feel like if you just change your kind of stance and how you're handling it, it might ask a question in a different way. You might be able to get something out of him.
Lee, we're friends, right?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. I suppose, Gemma.
And you know I don't want anything bad to happen to you, right? She's gonna touch his face. And that you know that I'd help you if anything, if I could.
He just gets when you touch his face, you just feel the heat as he just gets all red in the face, and you can just kind of feel it. But you can see his eyes kind of tear up, and you've seen this, Gemma. Kind of, you know this look. You've felt this. You get a feeling you know what happened, and because it happened to you. Please roll your second disadvantage, please.
All right. It's a 13.
13?
Yep.
Okay. For that, I gain a hold. I will take that for later. Besides, so it is a partial success. So you go to feel his face, and where you're feeling his face, it almost feels very, what's the word? Like he's wearing makeup or something, or he's covering something up. And you feel it, and it comes away in your hand a little bit because you just the tear that's kind of flowed down from his eyes just kind of wiped it off a little bit, and you just see there's some black and blue below it. And then he's just like, "Please, can you guys just leave me, please?" And he just starts bawling.
That's all right. Lee, we're gonna leave. I'm so sorry, and you know how to get a hold of me if you want to talk.
That's all right. I don't want to see him again. I'll change fucking dorm rooms. He's a your brother's a fucking asshole. And when you guys walk out of the room, he just slams the door.
Noelle is visibly very confused. She just looks at you. I don't understand.
Sometimes Noah, he gets upset.
Okay.
He yells. It's scary.
What are you? Okay.
Noelle, you're getting a lot of this is to the point of information overload.
Mhm.
How are you doing?
I think she's just having an internal conflict with herself. She's getting a lot of information that she doesn't have any of her own information. Like if you think about like her history with her brother, and then it just seems like she's getting a whole bunch of new stuff that doesn't make sense.
Mm. And that is true. And as you're kind of digesting this, your stomach starts to hurt again, like real bad cramps.
Gemma, you kind of see Noelle sort of put her hand on her hip, and she just is holding the box. She's like, "Okay, let's just go back to the room."
Noelle, are you okay? Need me to carry the box for a little bit?
She kind of hesitates because she doesn't want to give it to you. How bad does she feel? Would she give it up?
It's up to you. Your the amount of pain you're in right now, it's like if you've eaten a big meal and you've tried to run like a
Mm.
kilometer. You get that. It's almost it's keeling, like you're holding the box and it's keeling you over a little bit. Like it's like I'm fine, I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, she would let you take it reluctantly, and then she'll walk a little slower back to the room.
Yeah, and Jimmy, you notice that she's holding the either the right or the left side, but it's like she's maybe it's just all this news about about her brother. If you know some of the background, but I don't know, maybe this is her kind of flight reaction. How are you doing, Gemma?
All things considered, I think I'm kind of okay for the moment.
Okay. And
I'm gonna look at that box though.
all right, yeah, no, and you folks were gone for about I'd say a good hour. Um, Dr. Polson would have taken you probably about just about that time just to digest and just think through everything. And at a certain point, an hour later, you hear a knock on the door. And these two other PCs walk. It's Noelle and Gemma. They walk by.
Okay, I opened the door, and well, first of all, you see that Joseph is still holding the sheet of paper. Actually, it's only one sheet, and you've been away for about an hour. What was he doing here with one sheet? And it's kind of, he keep looking at the paper and seems like rereading it again and again. And when you enter the room, the first thing that you mentioned is kind of a bit weird look that I gave to Gemma. It's something like, it's evaluating, something like that. And I'm looking at Gemma. I'm looking at the paper again, and it looks like I'm comparing something. And the question to Gemma and to GM, what's the color of Gemma's hair?
It's like
And Noel actually also.
it's like a light brown.
And Noel's?
It's also a light brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
just before, as Noelle and Gemma, you open this door to go in this room. When you go from like a semi nice spot into some place where the heat's been turned on, you walk into this dorm room where the doctor is, and it's like you're walking to this wall of heat, as it's like someone has the furnace kind of pumped up, and you just walk in. It's like, oof. It doesn't smell of clean or anything like that, but it does smell like something's burning. Like someone put a piece of paper and lit a match and let it burn for a couple minutes, but there's nothing like that. Just a unique smell.
What is wrong with the heat in this place? You guys should complain to someone. I'm pretty sure this is dangerous.
Professor, have you been smoking in my dorm room?
No, not. I'm not smoking. Why? Yeah, about the smell. I didn't even notice that till you asked. Something from neighbors, maybe.
There's pot smoking everywhere on this campus, probably.
Did you
But
find anything? She's just going to go straight to the professor. Did you find anything in the paper?
No, not really. It's a really good piece of work, but nothing besides that. No, he's like every day and every semester he's become better and better in his writing, and I would really like to talk to him, and I just want to know where did he get all those ideas and well, why he's writing so good right now.
What did he write about?
And you see that I'm, kind of hiding the shit. No, not like a suspicious way, but it's you can call it a fiction or a description of some weird landscapes and some such things. Well, it's just it's a part of writing.
Well, I'm surprised he was able to get any writing done because apparently he has been quite the party animal.
What do you mean?
According to his roommate, he does go out to parties quite often.
Really? And you see that, to be honest, Joseph, he's not surprised. It's some kind of the feeling like in his eyes, like, oh, now it makes sense. Oh, really? A party animal? No, never thought that he is such type of guy.
No, me neither.
So, have you figured out, found out something interesting, or I see it's Noah's belongings, right? It's his
Yeah, we
stuff.
got some leads. We got some leads. So let's look through. I'll put on some music wall. We can look through them. And this is as is the summer of 1999. She will put on "Significant Other" by Limp Bizkit, that classic album.
yeah, that was a good tune of the day, and might take some of this stuff away as you're just like you forget about the heat, you forget about just the smells, and you take. What would you like to look at? You have the box, there's the briefcase kind of thing. What do you folks go through?
Just go through the box since we don't know the combo of the briefcase.
Okay. In the besides all the textbooks for classes, the dirty clothes, and these clothes stink. They haven't been washed in probably months. But you do at the bottom, below the briefcase, you do find it, and they're soggy, they're wet, kind of how you found your Noah's last assignment, Doc. You kind of if you pick them up, they're just like they're sticking together. They're wet. They're just I don't want to say trash, but it's probably the kind of best description. And they look like this. And I gotta activate it. Sorry, this is stream stuff. And there's this kind of like once a bunch of kind of weird pictures. So there's a lot of pages tore out. There's other kind of small sections that have some some written in English and others it looks like it looks like it's another language that's he's kind of penned down. So ketchup or blood, you really don't fucking know. But you're just picking this thing up and it's just full, in this state that you see it in the handout.
And his last writing, his last assignment, it was in the same condition before I gave it to TA.
Not like this. This is more. This is kind of more gross. It never had any of this red liquid stuff on it, but more like just dirt and haphazardly written.
Okay, I will try to read it. Not the whole journal, but maybe last pages or something.
Yeah, you do. Like I said, most of it is pretty to the point where you can't really read it. You only get kind of words here and there, but you do find some fragments. And most of you go through, kind of have to be careful going through the pages. There's a lot of erotic art, like various different, people in different poses, naked ladies, naked men, just very graphic. And one of them, you're able to find a few. One of them says, "Shit, I think I may have caught something after all. I've been throwing up, but only this weird black bile comes out. It sticks to my throat, and I keep wanting to swallow, but I can't. It makes me feel so full, and I can't stop thinking about going back. I want to go back so bad." And then there's this other one. You look. I saw that video online. It caught my eye among the multitude of lewd thumbnails. I remembered it wasn't exactly my usual thing, but I decided to give it a chance. It made me so happy and whole, as if nothing about me was ugly. Nothing was broken. I kept pleasuring myself and was filled with such intense love for myself. I loved myself so much. I cried when it happened. Then finally, that feeling of good just left. I've been looking for that video ever since. I can't stop. I need to find it again. And those were the only two you were able to legibly kind of read. And do you read these out loud, or are you just going through by yourself?
Yeah, I think I will read it out loud after I read it to myself and just read it out loud. And Gemma, does Noah had some kind of laptop, maybe?
Not that I can remember.
It looks like he was looking for some specific videos, or maybe something in his browser history, or how do you call it these days? I don't know.
Yeah, no, there would be their desktop computers, and Noel, you know that he didn't have enough money to buy one, but the only ones that were usually here would be on, the campus, usually at the library. Would be the only place. If a student didn't have anything, would be the place to look.
Has it been a couple of hours yet?
It's probably been a good few hours now, but before we go any further, he kind of read these out loud, and both you and Gemma, you're just listening to this reading, and that fucking heat just comes back again. I need both of you to please roll plus soul, please. And we'll see what happens from there. Doc, you're fine. You just had this kind of same sensation of just like, bring it on. 13. All right, so
8.
Gemma, you got 8.
Yep.
All right, we'll do Noel first. This actually will trigger your roll your nightmare disadvantage, please.
Oh no. Okay, it's a +0. Jeez. 9. 9.
Okay. You're hearing these things, and it's just you were just able to like shut out what happened in the room before, but just like you're hearing these things, like your brother wrote this shit, this crap, and it just you just get so worked up inside that you just like you kind of catch yourself as you kind of fall to the bed, and you basically just pass out. But since you rolled an 8, um, you see you think you're dreaming, or you actually know you're dreaming, and you
This is
see
Gemma.
nope,
That's me.
no, Noel.
Okay, Noel and Gemma rolled the 8. I think Noel rolled better.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably would
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you're at this party. You've never seen this kind of party before, and you see your brother at the center of it, and it's it's a it's a rave. Uh, you've never been to one, but you've heard of them, and you just see him, and he's just grinding up against like everyone. Everyone's in scant clothing, and you see him. He's kissing girls. He's kissing guys. He you just see him caught in the moment, and then you kind of zoom over, and you know it that you are Noah now. You feel the bodies grind up against you. You feel you feel the licks on your neck. You feel the kisses. Just everything. It's you as yourself would just scream out and just want to get out of the situation, but you're feeling everything that you Noah felt, and it just feels so goddamn good, and you don't want to stop. And then you know you look over and you see this lady, the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and you look over and she looks at you, and you just hear this whisper, Noah is mine. Bring him to me. He's mine. And you know that thing in movies where people just kind of walk in front and you lose the sight, and it's just everyone around, just like the feeling of the erotic feelings that you're getting all around. Just everything just catches fire and burns, and you feel no as well. You just have this sensation of just being burned alive, and you're screaming, and everyone else is screaming, but it doesn't feel bad. It almost brings you to the point of just getting off, and then you wake up, and Gemma and the doctor might be looking over you. You see Noelle just kind of like, just like she's just like screaming, just bloody murder, maybe just grabbing onto Gemma's kind of shirt tail and just freaking the fuck out. Take a -2 stability, please, Noelle. And while that was happening, what did you roll again, Gemma?
8.
8. Okay. One sec here. I will use that. You've kind of enter into. You kind of stand there, and you kind of enter into kind of like the same kind of trance, same kind of. You see Noah at this party, but it's Noah and it's Noelle at the same time, but you're on the outskirts. You can never get there. You want to get to him. You need to get to him. You need to tell him. You need to do it, and you're just trying to get closer, and you're pushing through people, and it's just because you're just being smushed, and people are out. People aren't like kissing you and groping you. They're scratching you. They're giving you kind of punches in the chest. And as you're just trying to get through, and you're just being suffocated by all this, and you can't get to him, and you're never going to be able to say what you want to say, and you're nothing feels good for you here. Take a -2 stability and roll a keep it together after that, please, because this is very emotionally trauma for you.
All right. Roll. 12.
Okay. I will let you pick this time. You do from not being able to do what you want to do. How does that? That was just a straight -2, but since you were able to keep it together, kind of wrap all that into how Gemma reacts in this kind of situation.
Yeah, I think that Gemma is going to become, scared, and all the things that are happening to her, and that she's not going to be able to say all the things that she needs to say, and yeah, she's going to take that -2 stability, and it's just kind of that fear.
Okay, and you come out of this. You should kind of shake your head, just like you're being suffocated by this thing, and you wake up and you see it's Noah, and he's grabbing you around the neck and he's suffocating you. What do you do?
Gonna try and push him off, I think.
Okay, roll and engage in combat, please. Plus violence. And from your perspective, Noelle, Gemma has her hands around your neck and is choking you to death.
It's a
Am I
15.
seeing it also?
Yeah. This kind of just happened like a split second, kind of like back and forth.
It's a 15.
Okay, Doctor. It's like a moment here, but more than a moment somewhere else. So this split second moment where you just see Gemma just kind of like run at Noelle and just start and what would it's Gemma? It's Noah. What are you saying to him as the doctor is just kind of looking in? What are you saying to him?
When I'm the doctor. I thought I was going to Noelle.
No, sorry, you are Gemma, and you are going at Noelle as you see as Noah. So what are you saying? Because you rolled a 15, which is a complete success.
I think I'm going into. I'll fucking kill you. Get your fucking hands off me.
And you get that, Noel, as you're just like, Doctor, what are you doing?
Well, I will try to kind of disengage him, but not in the first second. When I see this thing happen, I just stop for a moment and was just looking. Like I can help, but I'm not doing it. And in a few seconds, I'm just like, "Whoa, what are you doing? Stop! Come on, Gemma, what's wrong?" And I'm trying to disengage them.
Okay. What would you like to roll in this situation? You can try a act under pressure if you're trying to just talk, like the snap Gemma out of it, or you can try to just physically haul them apart. So
I will try
violence.
just physically help them to just stop what they're doing.
Okay. Roll a violence, please.
It's 15.
Okay. So you succeed. How do you do this?
I think I do it with a brute force. Like I'm just grabbing Gemma and I'm just talking something like, Gemma, what's wrong? Stop doing it. But Gemma can feel, if she can feel, that I'm holding quite stronger than it's necessary, and I'm just pushing her away from Noelle.
Yep, and you do just that. Noelle, you get your breath back, but just nails into your neck and pierced it a little bit. You fall back on the bed to catch your breath. Gemma, Dr. Paulson gets you out of it, and you see Noah disappears, and you see that you were holding Noelle's neck, and he rips you off her, and you just fall down your ass on the floor, just in a kind of like just messed up state.
What's
And
wrong between you two? What happened?
I am so sorry.
Do I remember that I passed out beforehand, or do I think it just went straight into a dream or a live?
straight into a dream. But then this dream kind of got ripped away as you just saw Gemma just like choking you out, kind of thing.
She's gonna just look over at you, Gemma, and just be like, "It wasn't you."
Thank you so much for understanding.
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Okay. You kids are better hold yourself. Let's just pretend that nothing happened and it won't happen again.
Yeah, it's a very stressful situation. Everyone's emotions are running high. The heat is still fucking oppressive in here. And as you, Gemma, you're sitting on the ground, kind of looking up, just like, yeah, it's great. Noel, you're feeling just maybe a little bit of sorry, a little bit of maybe pity for Gemma. You've had a brief glimpse into what she might have kind of gone through. Professor, you're just in a state of just like, what the fuck is going on? And I think that this is a good point to have a good 15-minute break. We're at the halfway point of the stream, and we're at the half. That's okay. We're at the halfway point of the stream, and we'll come back in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
See all that.
Okay. For everybody else, we're just going to show the splash screen, and yeah, we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, we're back. I'll bring the players back on in a sec. We're about halfway through the session 1 of the KULT scenario Downfall. For those of you who just joined, we ran the content warnings for this pretty dark horror scenario that deals with the horror of passion and horror. And just to reiterate, the content warnings for those of you who have just joined us, and a reminder for people who have already been here. This is a very dark scenario, but we will be safe staying away from topics. But this scenario, just to reiterate, does deal with subjects of passion, which contains sensitive subjects. In this particular scenario, the history only of abuse and the ramifications, body horror, sexual situations, some graphical sexual descriptions, body horror, drugs, and vulgar language. If any of this offends you, feel free to find another story, because we just want everyone to enjoy a story. And this one is, if it's too much, please don't stay around, because we want you to enjoy what you enjoy. So for that, I will get rid of that and bring back the other players. We have Tanya playing this twin sister, Noelle. We have Sergit playing Dr. Joseph Paulson. And we have the girlfriend played by Al, Big Diesel, a bunch of different names.
Big Al Diesel, baby.
Big Al Diesel. We'll probably go for like another hour in this. Keep it. We'll sorry. We'll finish this first session with probably go for another hour, and then we'll finish it in session 2, April 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Before we get going again, just I'd like to thank the players for joining me in this kind of first stream from myself, from the Illusion Horror and Con.
Pleasure's all mine. Great players, great GM.
Yeah, you're all doing a fantastic. All of you are doing a fantastic job. So let's continue this down the rabbit hole of horny jail and other occurrences. And this is a very mature stream. There is and has been vulgar language and other things. So if you're not recommended for kids. So we ended off in Gemma's dorm room, played by Al, and they went through a kind of chaotic back and forth, but being separated by the good old Dr. Paulin, and everyone's just kind of taken aback of what the fuck just happened. And we'll dive in and ask them what the hell just happened and how are you coming out of this?
Joe's just kind of laying on the floor, embarrassed, trying to present her best face forward once again, and just kind of picks herself up off the floor and sits down on her bed, and just kind of take a moment to breathe.
Okay.
Noelle is also sitting on the bed, but she's not really looking at anyone else. She is kind of looking down at the ground, kind of half holding her neck, but kind of not. She seems to be a bit out of it. And I think she's just now connecting the dots after seeing what she just saw with what she just learned from the roommate and what might be happening with Noah.
Okay, and I'm just staying between them.
Making sure everyone's okay, and you did a wonderful job of that. But minutes go by, it's still hot as hell. You have a box. You have a briefcase. No, you've all come to find out that Noel, your brother isn't who you thought he was, or maybe he just got in with the wrong crowd. You've gotten a lot of information on that, and might be it looks like it's taken its toll and a little bit too much. Gemma, you've tried to keep the handle on things. You've done a great job so far, but it's just one little slip. And Doctor, Noah has definitely found his knack of writing, and you just, in your kind of point where you've gotten to in your career, you need to know how he does this, how he does his writing. Just like you can feel it in yourself that he's close and you're almost to him. You just need to push a little bit more. What do you folks want to do?
I'm gonna try and find control of the situation by moving forward. Look at that briefcase with the combination. Does it have 4 numbers, 5 numbers, or?
It has 4 numbers.
That's only 10,000 different possibilities, guys.
Try something. I don't know, this year, or maybe the year you met, or
Year he was born.
something like that.
It would be my birthday or the birth year.
Yeah.
Want to
try
try
the birth
that?
year. Yeah, I'll try the birth year. And I'll try 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. You try both. Didn't work. But there was Noel. You know that Noah, for like pin numbers and stuff like that, he never used like a birth date or some other kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 or 4, 3, 2, 1 or something like that. You guys back when you were kids had this kind of like special number that you used to use to communicate when stuff was wrong, good, whatever. You guys never told your parents, never told whatever, but it was for some reason it was always 6421.
6421.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not say anything. I'm just going to take the suitcase or the briefcase and sort of put it in front of me and put in the numbers silently.
Click.
And then I'm going to open it.
So you have something in common with your brother, right?
Okay, so when you open this, inside you find a CD-ROM diskette, several books by an artist known by the name of Marquis de Sade, and a collection of sex toys with both pain and pleasure in mind.
She just looks at it and she just goes, and she's gonna grab the CD and the books and then just push the briefcase away from her.
I don't mean to be crude, but do I recognize them?
Yeah, especially the one that caused pain.
Oh.
You've been on yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
It's been in use, and they weren't enjoyable, you remember.
Would I recognize the books or the CD? Do I know what these things are?
CD? Nope. You flip it kind of back and forth. It's nothing bought. Like maybe it's one of those burnable CDs. You look on the side that usually has like the data kind of written on it. It's looks pretty full. But it doesn't have any labels or anything like that. It just has the name Maxwell DVR.
I'll go over to my CD player, take off Limp Bizkit.
Oh, sorry, you cut in and out there, Al. Do you want to say it again?
Oh, sorry.
That's not your fault.
I'll go over to my CD player where we got significant other playing and take it out and be like, want to play it?
I guess.
Okay. You you try to play it, and on the kind of LCD display it says error.
Then we got to put in a computer.
At the library.
That's what you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show the books to the professor. Who was it? Marquis de Mont?
Marquis de Sade.
So,
It's quite famous author, writer in the, well, I don't remember the date, but Professor will. So looks like Noah been studying this kind of literature.
what
Yeah.
kind of literature is it?
Doctor, you can reiterate that it was this Marquis de Sade was back in the 1700s. He was a French nobleman, revolutionary politician, philosopher, and writer of literary descriptions of very liberal sexuality situations. Basically, just works of erotic sex. Back in the 1700s, he was convicted of various sex crimes against humanity, and but everything he wrote was in the terms of just like violence in every part of it, where it was just not right, not
Yeah.
yeah.
It really wasn't, but it's a classical writing nonetheless. I mean, it's pretty famous, and well, students who study creative writing, well, they could be interesting in this kind of literature. And I'm looking in the briefcase on all those sexual toys, and well, that actually makes sense. I mean, Marquis de Sade, he was writing about sexuality and a pain in the same moment. So, this kind of stuff.
Are the books from the library? Can I tell that?
You think so? Yeah, it has like kind of like a barcode on the back of each one.
Does it have a list of people who checked it out?
No. Okay. Well, it has like from when they went from stamps and notes to a digital system. There's like the last time it was checked out was maybe like 5 years ago.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So let's go to the library, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 sec here. All right. So you open that door again, and it's like a double whammy. It's like the heat and the cleaner. It's just whatever. Maybe the library has some AC in it, but you leave. It's good. Probably about a good 10-minute walk across campus before you get there, and it's a three level library, but it has kind of like those glass windows that form the walls. So it's in like a semi newer building, but you're able to kind of go in, and it's pretty scarce this time of day. Like it's getting toward the end of like probably like last class or more of the afternoon or end of the afternoon. So there's not too many people around. Closes in a few hours, and they don't have like a dedicated computer lab. It's kind of like one of those sporadic, like 2 here, 3 there, 1 there kind of thing. You'd probably say about 80% of them have people on it, but if you're able to, it's up to you really. Do you want to be kind of like a general area, or do you want to try and find one that's scooted off to a corner, kind of private?
Let's keep this private, given the other things we saw in that briefcase.
Okay. Yep. You're able to find a spot. It's on the 3rd floor up in the corner. But there's a few students walking up around here, but there's a few computers that are not being used. that you're able to find.
I think you still have the CD. So Noelle is just going to stand there with the books and just wait for you to play it.
I'll pop it in.
Okay. You spin it up. Takes a few minutes to load, like as it's kind of scanning all the files. You kind of hear that as it's kind of going around. This looks like it does that kind of like spinning where it's like goes into error, but eventually catches back up. And a file folder pops up, and it said the Windows Explorer windows open, and there's one folder in there, and it just says pictures.
I think Noelle is going to look away.
Let's look at the pictures.
Okay. You open them up, and some of them are dark, kind of hard to see, but you start scrolling through them. Most of them are a few of the first ones seem to be just pictures of maybe Nora's dorm room, but looks like he might be looks like he had kind of set up a camera up in the corner or a video camera. And as you kind of keep scrolling down, looks like there's pictures of all about him in a little bit, but it's him with guys, it's him with girls, all lewd pictures, very getting the dirty done as you keep scrolling through, and eventually you see yourself, Gemma, come up in a few of these pictures that you obviously did not know about as he was taking. And there are some of those sex toys, and then you just remember back, fuck it hurt, and you just see more pictures of yourself as you're kind of scrolling through. What do you do?
Well, as soon as as I start seeing myself pop up, I think I'm just going to quickly exit out and get the CD-ROM site and just look. You shouldn't have seen that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Noelle is covering her eyes. And she's like, what is it? What was it?
Before you answer, please roll your second disadvantage again, please. Gemma.
Okay, yeah. 15.
Okay. You're able to keep your emotions in check. What do you say to her?
There are some explicit pictures of your brother on them with some various partners, and then some, including me, that I did not know that he took.
What does Noella? What does
I think she's gonna kind of slowly start breaking a little bit. I think she's just gonna like scramble and try to get the CD out herself, like try to rip it out.
Okay.
I'm trying to stop you, like not in an offensive way, just like Noel, hold a second, and Gemma, I got it. It's some private photos and so on. But have you seen them all? I mean, have you noticed something besides those photos?
No, I think I'd like to destroy those photos now.
Well, it makes sense, but can we just briefly? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not that kind of person that wanna kind of see such thing. But he disappeared, and maybe you can see some familiar faces.
Can you to go to the other room?
Yeah, sure.
So the doctor's taking the CD to the other room.
Well, I think she's saying that she'll.
Oh, can you say that again? You cut out.
Sorry about that. I think she's asking the other two people to leave because they're pictures of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
does.
Gemma stays, and I just go in the different corner.
Okay. All right. So do you look through the rest, Gemma?
Yeah.
Okay. And just the more you kind of scroll, the more kind of weird as fuck it gets. Like it goes from one partner to you to multiple to just things you probably wouldn't have even thought of before. But when you get to the end of it, you already rolled your disadvantage, so you're fine through this. Just like fucking asshole. But you get to the end, and there's this one file at the end. It's not a picture. It actually looks like a document.
Open that bad boy up.
It's a scan of a pamphlet for looks to be a local sex shop, various toys and things. Has address and everything.
I'm gonna print that out.
Okay.
And then take the CD-ROM with me, and then I'll go find the others again and have the printouts. Like, this is the only lead.
So it's a local shop, right?
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, it's called Sensual Sensations. And Doctor, you know the spot.
How do you know that spot?
Well, I'm trying not to show it on my face, but okay, it looks like a local address. Maybe it's a lead. Yeah.
The only one we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just getting weird. Like Noelle, you're just getting very just. You might feel like you've already gone down the rabbit hole to just some extent, but now it's just like.
Yeah. I think at this point she's just kind of like, what are we even doing? Like, what are we? And she's just gonna say that out loud. What are we even looking for again? What are we doing?
Well, he had to get those things from somewhere, and I guess it's from here. So he's messed up in some, I don't know, orgy club or something.
Orgy club?
I don't know what else. Do you see some of those pictures?
I may have peeked, but
Well, actually, with that, Noelle, give me a. Actually, you don't have to give me anything. You just like your the shirt you have on, whether it goes down halfway down your arms or whatever. You just everything starts to itch. Like you're just starting to itch.
she's just looking really, really uncomfortable, and I think she's still really, really confused.
Well, you look down at your hands too, and you could see you can see the veins that kind of run through. They're becoming very, very blue. Like you can actually see like they've actually changed color, and where you kind of see them come down from your shirt where it's itching, like those are itching too.
Mm-hmm. Can we maybe get some? Maybe we should stop and get some water because it's hot.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're able to find like whether it's a water fountain or you buy a bottle of water somewhere.
Yeah. As soon as she gets water, I'm gonna assume it's a water fountain. She's gonna start like putting it on her hands and then patting her skin a little bit to try and soothe her skin.
Works a little bit, but as you pour kind of like the water on, it's you just see like your skin start to flake off, and it gets even more itchy.
She kind of covers her,
and it starts to hurt.
She kind of covers her arms more. Okay, so we need to go to a sex shop now in town.
Yeah.
Great.
It will be a bit weird. I mean, a professor in a company of two young ladies in a sex shop. But okay, it's the middle of the day, it's the middle of the week. Probably there won't be a lot of customers, and
Probably not.
yeah. So I understand it's really weird. It really does, but it's a matter of Noah's safety. I mean, he disappeared. No one saw him for a couple of weeks, and maybe we can get some information. Maybe he was buying something or something like that. So I'm up to go to that shop. If you want to join me, so I have a car parked over there.
Let's go.
Okay. You folks do that. Professor, what kind of car do you drive? Is it a nice one?
Good question. Yeah, actually, I think it's a quite nice guy, a nice car. Maybe not something that you would expect from academia professor or something like that. So it's more like you know, not the most expensive car, but a car that well, that younger people will use, something like that.
Cool. Yeah.
Maybe
So
bright colors, something like that.
Yep. So when you folks make it to the professor's car, it's pimped out. It's nice. University professors definitely make their make some good money, and you get in, jump in, and it's not like you said, it's not that long of a drive, and it is that kind of part of the day where there's not too many customers because it's around supper time probably by the time you guys get to this. Probably supper time by the time you get around. You get out of the car and you don't remember this part of the neighborhood being this rough. You see that there's a lot of like trash everywhere, trash cans, some dilapidated buildings look like they're run down. You see some homeless out on the street, kind of just meandering along. You hear some bottles being thrown off in the background, sirens, and but there's this pristine, sensual sensations. Has that kind of pole fence on the main window with a couple figures standing there in kind of scant clothing and various other things, and the door with a black kind of shadow, or sorry, black curtain with a neon light that says "Open for business." What do you three want to do?
Let's just go inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noah's gonna linger a little bit until both of you go inside.
Okay, so you're staying outside for a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay. Outside, the sun has set. It does get a little bit cooler as the night comes in, but it's still very humid. Still no reprieve. It's like the heat's just following you everywhere as you kind of stand outside. You probably haven't had time to change, but you're just starting to feel very uncomfortable. Your inner legs are chafing. It's just, like I said, just very uncomfortable. Doctor, I suppose, did you go in first, or is it Gemma kind of plowing through?
I think I will go first.
Yeah, no, and you go in, and various instruments that Noah kind of had before. Mostly pleasure, but some pain as well. And you kind of go in and you see this kind of mid-aged gentleman, bald, behind the desk, and he looks up and he's like, "Welcome. Can I help you?"
I hope so.
I've seen you before.
Don't think so.
Are you sure? I know faces.
Mine is, it's a common face. You can see it on the street every day.
Yeah. And he kind of looks. Then he looks over at. You see his eyes go to Gemma and back to you. He's just like, yeah. Just kind of like, yeah. I haven't seen you before. Yeah.
I mean, Jim's got a huge smile on her face. Just like she realized that Squidward does like Krabby Patties, you know.
Yeah. And Jim, are you taking a look around, or are you kind of staying like tunnel vision focused?
You know, Jim was I will, you know, might be caught by something.
Okay. Yeah, it's just one of those devices that wasn't so nice for you, and you did say you did look at it. So roll, keep it together, please.
All right. $10.
Okay. I get one hold from this. But is a. I think I'll use it. It's you're in here with the. You're in here with the doctor. You've. You don't have to roll or ask anything. You know he's. If you walked in here with a little bit of a swagger, you know he's fucking lying. He's been in here before, but just everything that's just around you just reminds you of kind of everything, and you just had this sensation that you just want to leave. What do you do with that?
I'll let you finish up with your friend here, and just she quickly heads out.
Okay. You head down. Like you turn around, you've had to go back and forth through a few different aisles, but you're like, doctor, you just see like Jenna just like, I gotta go. And you look back and she's not there. Gemma, you go down one aisle. You thought the door was in this general direct. You thought the door was there, but this is a small shop. You just keep walking, and you see various instruments of just like the pain section. You're trying to go through. You go down left. You turn right. You start getting to the kinky things with the leather kind of costumes and things like that. And the door was right here. The fucking door is right there. You turn another corner, and probably about 30 feet down, Noah, he's standing right there looking at you.
Oh, I want to go run after him.
You started running after him. He starts walking away. He does not look good at all. Those same kind of blue veins that I described earlier are on his face or on his arms, and he looks like he lost about, he might have weighed about 175 pounds. It looks like he's probably like 195 pounds maybe. He looks just skinny and sick and just completely just moving very lethargically. And you said you go toward him, and he sees you, and he just like you just see him before he turns away. Just this coughs up this black bile shit, and he turns down an aisle. Do you keep going after him?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, you run down. You turn left. You don't know how he got so far ahead by looking so sickly. You continue, and this place is just like, it just keeps on. It's small, but this place is just so big. What do you do? Like you turn a corner, he's at the end. You get to him, he's gone down another aisle. You're trying to get to him, but you just never catch up.
I'm going to start screaming at him. I'm going to start grabbing stuff off of the shelves and throwing them at him.
Nice. This particular thing you pick up, it's spiked. Like you didn't even see. You just grabbed it and you go to throw it, and you're just like, You go to throw it, and it's like just blood just kind of pouring down your arm, and you just stop and you look at your hand. You don't know why you stopped. You're just kind of looking, and then you see this woman's hand just kind of grab your hand, and you look up, and it's just said, you've seen her before. That's just the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And she takes her finger, takes the blood. Like, you want to stop her, but you don't say that. She just licks it. And for some reason, that is, you just like, she's licking the blood, and you just feel just so. You don't know why. You shouldn't feel anything, but you just feel you feel aroused by this. And she takes your hand again and does that, and just like, it's almost to the point of just like, whoo, like, it's really flustering for you, but in a good way. But then she comes up to your ear. You can't do anything. You can't move. You want her. You want more. And she goes, "You will never have him back. He is mine. Stay the fuck away!" And she pushes you back, and you land up against the shelf, and everything just falls on top of you as you fall to the ground. It doesn't feel good anymore, and your hand is just burning. You look at it; it's all blackened, like you touched like if you put your hand on like a stovetop and came up, and it's seared skin. Roll a injury at -1, please.
Okay. 13.
13. Secure. So on injury. Yeah, we'll just say you're kind of you kind of thrown off your balance, and you're like you take a serious wound, as your hand is just throbbing, and you're been thrown up against the shelf. And doctor, you just hear like this smash, and it seems very close, like not too far away,
Mhm.
and just Gemma scream.
Well, I am trying to find her. Gemma, are you okay?
No!
She's just around the corner.
I saw her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I stay for a moment, and when I see that she well, kind of leave the shop, right?
Yeah, you saw her leave the shop. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just thinking, should I go after her, or should I speak with this guy? And okay, I think she will be fine. Maybe just will get some fresh air or something like that. Weird kids these days, um, and and just talk to the guy. And I'm sorry for that, for my friend.
Oh, that's okay. That's most. I don't think she's. These places get kind of bad reps, but we're here we're here to educate. We're here to, if someone has a desire, we're here to fulfill it. That's all. That's
Yeah,
all
I
we're here.
totally understand. You don't have to, well, to explain anything to me. I am a teacher myself, I'm educating students, different kind of things, mostly literature. So actually, you were asking, could you help me? And I hope you do. I'm looking for one guy. I'm looking for one of
One or
students.
more.
Yeah, good joke.
Just
Uh,
joking. I'm just joking.
yeah, but really, maybe you're familiar with this guy. His name is Noah.
Oh, you're actually looking for somebody. You're not looking for stuff for. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for a person.
No. What's his name?
His name is Noah Bloom.
Noah Bloom. No.
If you keep record, I don't know how you do it this in this shop.
Yeah. No. We usually keep receipts and stuff like that, but. Are we really not really supposed to disclose information? Why are you family? Are you?
Yeah, we were friends.
I really can't.
And
I really can't give you a customer's information.
maybe you can give it to a family member.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me a moment.
Oh, you're not.
Be right back.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
I go to.
Are you
to the
coming?
Yeah. And you see, I'm just walking towards Gemma and Noel. Um, Gemma, are you okay? You were in a hurry.
No. I think I told you that. And you talked to that guy for like 5 minutes.
What happened
I saw Noah.
You
here?
saw Noah
Yeah.
in the store?
Yeah. I tried to look for him, and then this lady grabbed me and burned my hand.
Is he
It,
still there?
I I don't know. He was going so fast. I couldn't catch up to him.
Noel's gonna run into the store.
okay. You go in. It's a very small store. Like, there's a set of 6 aisles on the left, center thing going down, maybe 4 aisles on the right, and there's seems to be a curtained off area in the back that says videos, rated R, enter at your own risk with a smiley face.
She's gonna walk around like down the main aisle to look down each aisle,
Mhm.
and then head to the back. She's gonna check the place over.
Okay. Yeah. Some of these items have a little bit of dust on them. Some of the sections that have these novelty products that never make it, and you see the mess where like looks like a complete shelving unit kind of just get everything just fell and it's all messed on the floor. Maybe the guy at the front doesn't know about it, but you don't see it's a pretty small store. There's not too much in the main area.
I'll go up to the guy, the shop guy.
Oh, hello. Are you with a particular gentleman that just left?
Oh, the professor. Yeah.
Oh, oh, he's not. He said he was looking for somebody. Are you
Yes.
Noah?
Yes, my brother. He literally looks exactly like me, basically. He was just in here. You saw him, right? Where did he go?
The only 2 people in here are the other lady and the professor. There's nobody else here. It's been a pretty quiet day, actually.
Have you seen him in this store before? Do you have a back door? Do you have a back room?
But the only place we have is we have a back area that I had. I turn Al back on 1 second.
Thanks.
No problem. We got a back storage room where we keep all the records, but otherwise we just have the movie section.
Did I already check the movie section?
No.
Okay. I was just gonna run back to check that section.
Are you okay? And as you kind of run over, you go through the curtains. Roll your nightmare disadvantage, please.
God dang it. Oh my gosh. A 5.
Okay. You go through.
Great.
But through the crack down the middle, you see, okay, there's videos, various other lewd, nude pictures, but you go through, and it you blink, and everything's black, and you're looking around, and you're not in the store, or you think you might. Maybe the lights went out. What do you do?
I'm gonna put my hands out and try to find the walls.
The wall should be just behind you, but you're you don't feel anything. It's just like if you close your eyes and you're going through your house, and it's just like you don't feel anything else.
I'm gonna call out for Noah.
Your voice, it's echoing throughout like a big chasm. Noah.
I'll just continue to move around, trying to find a wall. If I can feel my feet, I'll try to follow the hardness of the floor. Just hopefully my hands will hit something.
Yeah. It takes You think you've been walking for a while, but it's just mere moments as you're kind of going through, and your hands finally reach this cold kind of surface where you just your hands almost kind of go melt into this kind of like semi-porous surface. It's hot, it's sticky, and it just doesn't feel right. What do you do?
I'm gonna try to pull my hands away quickly.
Oh, you do, and it's because it's like, and you just hear this like drip. This noise just comes, just drip, 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 and you just start to smell the smell of like sweat and sex.
I think at this point I'll call out for Gemma. A little afraid to find Noah now.
Your voice continues to echo. Gemma, 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 Gemma. Noah, Noah, Noah.
I'm gonna try and find my feet again and try to remember the orientation that I touched whatever I touched and walk away from it.
Yeah, you start to walk away from it. You go maybe take a few steps backwards. You turn around, and when you turn around, just in the darkness, there's like this light, and it just comes on, and it's illuminating just a nothing special. It looks like a 4-poster bed, dirty, soggy sheets. It looks like there's a form. Looks like there's someone moving under it. And you just hear,
She's gonna slowly walk towards it, but again calling out for Noah.
No, no. Is that you? It hurts, but it feels so good at the same. The noises continue. More like sounds like pain and pleasure, but more pleasure than pain.
She's gonna turn in the opposite direction and just full run, full speed.
No, where are you going? And you just hear this. It's like if someone took someone, and you just hear this bone just like crack in half. What do you do? Do you keep running, or do you look back?
No, she's full running, probably like tears running down her face, and she's full panic attack as she just tries to get out of wherever she's at.
Okay, you run and you come out of the black curtains of the movie area, and you just run smack face into a wall. Keep it together, please.
I think I have a -1 now.
Yeah. How did you do?
12, 13, 14. 13.
Okay. Pick a condition, or however you think your character would take.
I think when she hits the wall, it kind of brings her back, and so she rears back and hits her head against the wall again, almost as a way to clear her mind in the hysteria.
Mm-hmm. What do you think you take, though? Do you take angry, sad, scared, guilt-ridden, obsessed, distracted?
I'm gonna say scared.
Scared? Okay. Take a -1 stability, and the guy kind of looks at her like, "Holy crap! What is with you folks tonight? Are you all right?"
She's gonna sort of just like wobble because at this point she's a little disoriented.
And he's coming over to try to hold you up a little thing. Like it's okay if you can't take this. Like relax. We're here to help.
She's trying to push him away and just get to the door as quickly as possible.
Okay. You see her, Gemma. You're kind of like both of you see Noelle just kind of come out and just like bust out of the door, looking completely how she just described herself.
I don't stop. I just keep walking. I'm not going to the car. I'm walking towards the street.
Okay.
Noelle, have you find something? Have you find Noah? What's wrong with you?
She doesn't really say anything. She's just kind of holding her head and trying to continue walking in another direction.
You don't get a response. You just see her kind of just walking away, like not even down maybe like the sidewalk, just like diagonally on the street, and just totally immune to the world.
Gemma, maybe we should follow her. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Maybe we should go to the hospital for my burned hand.
That's fair. Okay, let's grab Noelle and go to the hospital. I mean, she's new in town, and it's not the best district over there.
All right.
Noelle, wait a second. We will give you a ride.
Okay, and before you guys start running away, the guy comes out of the shop. It's like, is she okay? Like she hurt herself. She like, what the hell? What's up with you folks?
What's with your shop, man?
What about my shop? It's a
Well,
sex
getting burned
shop.
while hurting you suck with your sex shop.
You were looking for like I had her like. She looks just like the guy. He's been in here all kinds of times. Like where's she going? I she went in the back. She was there for a while. Like I have his stuff. I can look. And he hauls out like 4 or 5 like different receipts and a pamphlet. It's just like she looks just like him. I was just playing around. I was just joking. Like it's here.
It was a freaky woman that burned my hand in your shop.
We're just here for pleasure, sir. There's no freaky woman in the like. I run a sex shop. Like there's nobody else. The only people that are in there were you. You're my only customers all day.
You say you run a sex shop like you run like a coffee shop. You know, it's like it is. You know, it sounds totally normal.
Hey, no judge. I help people find their their desires and pleasures, and sometimes people freak out and they can't come in. Like apparently your friend can't. She's already halfway across the street and leave it. Like, but if I suppose you're just trying to find this guy because he's in trouble or something, or he bought some fucked up shit.
You're the one who sold it.
Hey, it was what the BDSM community does. That's there's a whole safety system, and he knew what he was ordering. He was ordering the advanced shit, like the thing with the thing with the gears that goes back and forth and stuff. Like nobody asked for that.
I don't want to know what that is, and I don't want to know. I'm gonna go find my friend.
Well, here, like, and he hands, like, besides the receipts that he shoves in your hand, there's this flyer. Looks like for an event looks like it's an event that's starting tomorrow.
I definitely got to show her this because this is proof of the orgy club I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, no, and it's definitely proof. And the title of it is 120 or 120 Days of Sodom. Come to this address. It looks like it's an industrial spot, and yeah,
These fucking freaks.
and I think that is a good point to end the evening on, because we're just about to hit the 3-hour mark.
Jenna saying these fucking freaks.
Yeah, one person is just completely out of it, doesn't want anything else to do with it. Another one's just like, fuck. And the doctor is just like, I'm getting closer. All right. Perfect. I hope everyone is having fun so far. That is session 1 of Cults from Scream and Whispers that was released, I think, last year in a Kickstarter called Downfall. We will be back in 2 weeks, April 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern, for part 2 to see what happens here. And just to my awesome players that are here. If you just want to tell people again where they can find you, you're all great people and need to be known. Tanya, if we could start with you if you'd like.
Yes, once again, I am Tanya. On all socials, I'm Tanya Lashia or Lashia Games. And you can see me play something a little bit more lighthearted, horror, on Haven Studios, where we're doing a chill campaign. And then I'm also going to be starting a new campaign GMing on the Aging Journey podcast.
Perfect. Big Diesel Owl, what about you?
Yeah, like I said, my friends are the streamers, so just check me out on Twitter. You have a link to all the stuff that I've published, and then that's all cool stuff. So check it out, buy it. It's good for GMs. And then I also have my Discord on there where I regularly run stuff, and I always am happy to have people join that. And I run games a lot there, and so I'd be happy to have you for my play tests and my fun one shots and such.
And I mean to be a player in your game at some point in some year, some decade.
I've killed you a time or two before. I'm not worried about it.
No problems there.
He will remember that next session.
Yeah,
we both got each other multiple times.
Yeah, and last but not least, playing the famous Professor Sagritz. Who are you, and where can people find you?
Well, just in case if some of viewers are Russian speaking, you can find us on the link below. We're running some streams, some KULT, some Delta Green, Call of Cthulhu. So just you can check it out on YouTube.
Excellent, and I think this live stream will be available on YouTube right away. Twitch, I think it's going to be a day or so, but it'll be there for your viewing pleasure, and I hope everyone can join us on the Illusion Horror Con. We run games, Illusion Horror and Con. We ran our first convention last December. It went really well. We had a lot of great guests and panels. Continuing this year, hoping to ride the momentum. We've just got into streaming, as you can see tonight. Me, Dave, and Crystal are trying to ramp that up to bring to the masses. If you'd like to be a streamer or be one of the players, jump on our Discord. Jump on our Discord link here. We can do the QR code thing, and it'll be an invite right to the server. I can do this for you folks next week as well, or this next week for you folks. But that will be available as well. And we run mainly KULT, but anything that's KULT and other horrors. So besides KULT, there's been Call of Cthulhu, Wraith the Oblivion, some Death in Space is coming up, and whatever Tales from the Loop, Things from the Flood. We run everything. So yeah, with that, good night, everybody.